to the Express at Ambleside Park in West Vancouver. Imagine how different this view must have been thousands of years ago, although I imagine this view was pretty much the same. Well, up next on the Express, we're taking a road trip to Haydom Lodge near Mission, which was the ancestral home of the Coast Salish First Nations people and is now an archaeological site that's open to the public.
Travel along with us as we explore the many marvelous attractions and activities of beautiful British Columbia on the Quality Assured Collision Road Trip.
The history of BC goes back a lot further than some of us may know. Let's take a road trip back in time, thousands of years back in time. Just outside of Mission, about an hour from Vancouver, is a historic First Nations site called Haydom. In 1990, this land was earmarked for a residential subdivision. The community halted construction when bulldozers unearthed evidence that the Stalo First Nations lived here 5,000 to 9,000 years ago. Today, this longhouse preserves that history and tells their story. That story has been put together piece by piece using the thousands of artifacts found on site.
We found 40 cobble choppers or ancient axe heads, so we knew they were woodworkers. We found numerous fishing tools and implements, so we knew they were fishermen. We found a number of spearheads and spear points, so we knew they were hunting.
Other clues were round stones used in games, ochre for ceremonial and artistic use, boiling stones for cooking, and obsidian from Oregon, which shows they were trading.
We're finding here a very complex culture at 6,000 years.
Haydom has also recreated the way the Stalo once lived, in underground homes reinforced with cedar timbers.
In these pit houses where people used to live, we used to call them our winter dwellings. In the summertime, we lived in our longhouse, and in the wintertime, we'd move into our winter dwellings. We've put some furs up on the wall to show the examples of what we might have used. We would use them for blankets, we would use them for ceremony.
The heart of Haydom is the transformer stone, which is central to Stalo spirituality. It is referred to as a lesson on the landscape, one the Stalo still use today and consider sacred.
So they say that some people, if you're in tune spiritually, you can hear a song still coming from the rock.
There are several interactive exhibits at Haydom to give you an idea of what life was like here several thousand years ago. You can learn to weave, pound out cedar to soften it for clothing, and even carve your own canoe.
Ho, 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 hey, ho, ho.
Every visitor to Haydom will be welcomed with drumming and song, passing through a colorful art gallery and gift shop. They will leave with new knowledge of a rich and ancient culture whose story was almost never told. In Mission, I'm Kendall Harris for Shaw TV.
Entertaining and informative, the Quality Assured Collision Road Trip. Weekends on Shaw TV. Always something new and exciting.
The website is haydom.ca, and there's lots to do if you're heading out that way. Get some gardening advice from BC's famous green thumb, Brian Minter. Maybe take a dip in Harrison Hot Springs, or see a Sasquatch while you're playing mini golf. Just some ideas because spring break is coming up. Another great place to visit, the H.R. MacMillan Space Center. That's where we're heading next on the Express to learn about black holes.
Well, hello, it's Cam Cronin here at the H.R. MacMillan Space Center for the Express.
Raminder Samra.
And yes, Raminder has nixed my idea of a toilet black hole. I think a great example, but in fact, that's what most people think about a black hole and what it would look like and what it would represent. But in fact, this thing you're telling me is more representative of a black hole.
Yeah.
This looks like a just a black planet.
Black holes are actually spherical, so they're big circles.
How does a black hole actually start?
Well, they're formed when very large stars, which are a lot more massive than our sun, they explode in large supernovae explosions. And sometimes you get a black hole left over if the star was big enough and the explosion was powerful enough.
We are going to show you what happens if you get close to a black hole.
Here on the Earth, our feet and head, they actually feel a different gravitational force from the Earth itself.
Seriously? There's more gravity where?
Closer to your feet. Here's our pet dinosaur. Right. And our dinosaur, when it's outside the black hole, it's okay. Nothing's going to happen. No. The closer it gets to it, yes, it's going to be harder for the dinosaur to escape. Now, if he crosses this event horizon, so if he gets close enough to this black hole and he crosses it.
What's an event horizon?
So the event horizon is the point of no return.
Okay.
So beyond this, you can't even send light signals outwards. And he's close to the black hole, close to the event horizon, he can still escape. But when he crosses this event horizon over here, he can't do any of that. His neck is going to feel a lot more gravity than, say, his feet. And what's going to happen is his neck is going to get stretched longer and longer, and as he falls closer, he'll get stretched really, really far. Like his neck will become extremely elongated.
The idea being, once you get close, once you pass that event horizon, there's really no escape.
No.
Now, can anything escape?
Not even light.
Not even light! That is why black holes hold such allure, I think, for a lot of people, astronomers, children, people alike, is because it really is this great unknown, super powerful force in our universe. For the Express here at the H.R. McMillan Space Center and Zippy the Dinosaur, I'm Cam Cronin.
I'm Raminder Samra.
And, well, not all our examples are perfect.
The website is spacecenter.ca, and BC's one and only Space Center is making plans for spring break in the Cosmic Courtyard. It happens daily from 12:30 to 3:30, and you can get details at the website. You're watching The Express, and we've got a whole different kind of fun coming up.
All right, so here we are in the coastal temperate rainforest.
Whistler adventurers tap into their adrenaline and eco-curiosity.
Top of the Irish! Happy St. Paddy's Day!
The Celtic nations get ready to rule the streets for St. Paddy's Day. The Express, we are your local voice.
Community programming on Shaw has been generously sponsored in part by
Hairstyling and color services for Shaw TV, provided by the Lounge Hair Studio, loungehairstudio.com.
The West Coast, Lotus Land, Hollywood North, home to 100 languages and as many faces and voices. In communities atop mountains and in cities on the sea, friends and neighbors, parents and children, dog walkers, social talkers, and vintage rockers. It's where we all come together. Your neighborhood, your community, your local voice. Shaw TV.
Dear Children's Wish Foundation of Canada, thank you for sending me Rory the Lion. That means I'm going to get my wish, and that makes me really, really happy. Yesterday he was sad, but I told him it's okay, Rory, there are only 2 more needles until my wish. I will send you pictures from the top of the Rocky Mountains. Love, Emily.
Imagine the difference a wish can make. Click on childrenswish.ca and give today.
Welcome back to The Express at Ambleside Park in West Vancouver. The birds are chirping, the sun is almost shining. I swear, spring is almost here. We'll see what our Whistler host Nicole Fitzgerald thinks about that. We're joining her in Whistler Village, where it seems Old Man Winter is still going strong.
It's much more beautiful in the winter when it's blue skies and the snow's just covering everything. It's pretty exciting to be up here in the winter.
Snow on the ground and falling from the sky. There is magic afoot in Whistler. But only one tree fort straps guests in for a different perspective. A place where the delicious chill of winter comes with a distinct zip. The views on Ziptrek Ecotour change with the seasons, making this high-flying experience Whistler's #1 year-round adventure. From summer's heat to winter's frost, no 2 seasons are the same.
All of this snow is absolutely incredible. I've been zip trekking twice in the summer, but I gotta say, winter is my absolute favorite. When you come in out of the trees, it just opens up into an incredible winter wonderland view.
Our tour with guide Jennifer Timon and Brad Broom begin on the family-friendly Bear Tour, 200 feet above the Fitzsimmons Creek. Clip, sputter, whoosh, zip. All abilities and ages can play together thanks to Ziptrek's encouraging guides who always come in twos to run the braking system. There are no big tires to smash into on this tour.
The guides are doing all the braking and we're doing all the stopping, so you do feel a little bit of a jolt, but it's very mild, and then we just slow you down and pull you in, so you don't get that big clunk at the end.
Gravity feels this fun, and the rest is left up to Mother Nature.
The vast majority of the energy that we produce up here on course is produced by sustainable methods. So we have solar panels around the course that you might see as we zip around today.
All right, so here we are in the coastal temperate rainforest, and we're actually in the western hemlock zone.
Buzzing bodies are given a break from the zip lines as Jennifer provided an intimate introduction to the stars of today's event.
They're pretty easy to distinguish between the other trees that are in the forest simply because they've got a little bacon strip bark kind of thing, and the top of their tree actually always dips down.
This Lonely Planet Top 10 rated tour is built on the backs of trees, literally, with 9 treetop bridges and 10 zip lines slung Swiss Family Robinson style from ancient old-growth cedars and silver firs. Jennifer works in one of the rarest, most endangered old-growth forests on Earth, even more so than the Amazon rainforests.
We have lots of initiatives going to make sure that we preserve the forest that we zip around in. When Ziptrek first came here, we partnered with Global Forest Science Foundation. They're an environmental organisation that helps us to design our course, make sure that we're using the trees that we're in the most environmentally sustainable way possible, from the way that we connect our decks to the trees to the way that we connect our zip lines to the trees.
A bear cub no longer. My nerves climbed, and I wanted to soar like a bird. The Eagle Tour culminates in a 2,000-foot-long zip that yields a 20-story drop.
To put that in perspective, that zip line is about the same length as the Eiffel Tower, laid out on its side times 2, which is really neat.
And exhilarating, both right side up and upside down. From Whistler, I'm Nicole Fitzgerald for Shaw TV.
So much fun. You could also zip through the trees at sunset, and Ziptrek also offers twilight tours where headlamps are provided. The website is ziptrek.com. You're watching The Express, and we've got more ideas on what to do and where to do them with today's Express Spotlight.
The Shaw Mini Sun Run is a 2.5-kilometer course perfect for kids and those who prefer a shorter run. Explore this unique form of theater art with a scavenger hunt, crafts, and lively performances at the Burnaby Village Museum. Use your detective skills to decipher the clues and search for puppets of all sorts hidden throughout the village. The Chocolate Challenge of 2012 will be a gastronomic evening filled with food, wine, and the world's most gorgeous chocolate. Hosted by Jill Kropp of Global TV and a panel of celebrity judges, indulge yourself with wine and chocolate pairings.
Also happening this week, it's Celtic Fest, with events happening in and around Vancouver for the whole week, culminating in one big street party at the Celtic Fest Parade. We're going to leave you with a little teaser on that. Thanks for watching The Express, only on Shaw TV.
It's a beautiful day. Woo!